The Mavs traded who? Luka? Luka Dončić? What the fuck? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Control Room. I'm your host, Esrael. Now, I'm gone for 5 weeks, and somehow all hell has broken loose in the city of Dallas. Why? Because of the trade heard round the world. Luka Dončić, yes, you heard me right. Luka Dončić is going to the Los Angeles Lakers along with Maxi Kleber and Markieff Morris in exchange for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick. And just to make the trade work, quote-unquote work, the Utah Jazz are receiving Jalen Hood-Schifino from the Lakers, a 2025 second-round pick from the Clippers, and a 2025 second-round pick from the Mavericks. Danny Ainge, the GM of the Utah Jazz, didn't even know who was being traded. He didn't realize Luka was going to LA. Because if anybody knew that Luka was going to LA, they would have put in a bid. But that's not what happened. Oh, more on this in just a moment. Now, should I be mad that the Mavericks wanted Anthony Davis? No. Because in the last month and a half, the thing that I've noticed is that their glaring need when everyone is healthy is a shooting big. Someone even greater than what Maxi Kleber was able to provide. The top 3 title contenders all have a shooting big and a big in the paint, or 2 guys that can do both things. The Boston Celtics have Kristaps Porzingis and Al Horford, who both can post up, who both can score in the paint, and who both can shoot from 3. The Cleveland Cavaliers have Jared Allen, who's their centerpiece in the paint, and Evan Mobley, who can also post up but also shoot the 3. The Oklahoma City Thunder have Chet Holmgren, who is their pick and pop shooter, their 3-point shooter, but can also go in the paint, and Isaiah Hartenstein, that rim rocker, rim protector, who can also go in the paint. So those 3 teams are the title contenders. They have a 2-big system that the Mavericks are trying to emulate with Anthony Davis and Derek Lively and or Daniel Gafford. So on paper, it would make sense to have someone like an Anthony Davis to fit into the Dallas scheme. The issue is that you're not supposed to give up Luka Dončić for him, right? Because I would justify getting AD, but for what you got for Luka, this doesn't make sense. And it's actually disrespectful. Look at Luka's accolades through his 7-year career with the Mavericks. The 2018-2019 Rookie of the Year. Over 12,000 points scored in the regular season. 5-time All-Star. 5-time All-NBA first team. 2023-24 NBA scoring champion. 2024 Western Conference Finals MVP. By the way, he scored a 73-point game, which tied the 4th most in NBA history. He has 80 career triple-doubles, which is the 7th most all-time. And have we forgotten? This guy is 25 years old. 25! And he's already done this. And apparently this is too much for GM Nico Harrison of the Dallas Mavericks. Mind you, actually, let me show you a quote from him, because this is preposterous. He says, "I believe that defense wins championships. I believe that getting an all-defensive center and an all-NBA player with a defensive mindset gives us a better chance. We're built to win now and in the future." He deadass said this at his press conference in Cleveland with Jason Kidd sitting next to him, zoned out completely. This brother right here saying defense wins championships. What was it about the Mavs defense last year that you thought wasn't legit? I'm trying to understand it, because they had a 107.2 defensive rating from March 7th to April 14th, 2024, the first time that the whole team was actually healthy after the trade deadline. That was the number 1 defense in the entire NBA. And you tell me the Mavericks didn't have any defense? Piss off. The Boston's offensive rating, look at this. Not just their offensive rating, but their field goal percentage in the 2024 playoffs by round. In the first round, it was 117.7 on 47.4%. In the semifinals, 120.2 on 48.5%. In the East Finals, 121 on 48.2%. In the NBA Finals, it was a 109.2 offensive rating on 43.6% shooting. Those were both the lowest in a playoff round since the 2022 NBA Finals. And who did they play in the finals? That's right, the Dallas Mavericks, including Luka Dončić, who was on one leg. This brother had one leg from game 3 of the first round, and he took y'all to the NBA Finals. What more do you want from a 25-year-old kid? He's doing the best he can with the team you gave him. He made the Mavericks relevant for his entire career, and when you finally gave him a competent team, he took them almost all the way. It's not like the only reason y'all fell short was because of the very schematic that I told you about, the two bigs, as well as the fact that Boston can shoot threes from any player at any time. It's tough for any team to beat them. No team could beat them. That's why they're the NBA champions. Like, how dare you say that it's the defense? Luka contributed with the way he stole the ball, deflected the ball, was able to stay up on players. It's not like he's a bum. The blocks on top of that. I mean, we have play after play after play on how well Luka played defensively. He's one of the best ISO defenders in the league. I've said that not only this year, but last year. This doesn't make any sense statistically. And not only that, the way that you just let him go, for how little you got back from him, I mentioned that maybe 5 minutes ago. Mark Cuban, on his life, would never, ever, ever do this deal. Ever. In fact, he said as much. This is Mark Cuban's quote in 2020. If I had to choose between my wife and keeping Luka on the Mavs, catch me at my lawyer's office prepping for a divorce. He said that in 2020. That's how much he believed in Luka. That's how much the city of Dallas believed in Luka. That's how much the Mavericks believed in Luka. And by the way, Nico Harrison wasn't here yet. Letting Luka go, in my estimation, and pretty much everyone else's estimation, besides 3 people, believe that letting Luka go is unforgivable. This is unforgivable. There are no statistics that can justify letting Luka walk. Luka never requested a trade, nor suggested he wouldn't re-sign. The Lakers were the only team that Nico called. No other GM knew that Luka was on the table. The players didn't know about it. The coaches didn't know about it. The agents didn't know about it. The whole damn league didn't know about it. Rob Pelinka, the GM of the Los Angeles Lakers, even convinced you to take a lesser deal. It's already been reported that there was supposed to be Dalton Connect and more first-round picks in this deal, and he convinced you that it was actually a risk for them to take Luka Dončić, and you fell for that. You actually fell for that. How are you a GM in the NBA? That don't make any sense. The values are so unbalanced in this trade that the video game won't even accept it. You try putting this deal in NBA 2K, it's going to reject the trade. It doesn't work. How could you even make this kind of deal and think it was good? You really did not value Luka Dončić, who was 3rd in MVP voting last year, had the first ever 33-9-9 season that we've ever had in the NBA. No one's ever done it. He had the first 60-20-10 triple-double in 2022. By the way, the Mavs were down 9 with 35 seconds to go. This is the only win in NBA history. There's been almost 20,000 attempts. Luka's 60-20-10 led the Mavs to the only win in that situation. And you let him walk. For what? Anthony Davis? Please. Forget the culture you were talking about in your sorry-ass press conference. You know what culture is? What it means to be from Texas? What it means to be from Dallas? This is a whole city of immigrants. We got Ethiopians, we got Nigerians, we got Asians, we got Hispanics. We even got Caucasians from all over. Whenever we embrace this city, everyone's around us. They have our back. We have their back. That's what happened with Dirk. Coming from Germany as a 19-year-old kid, this whole city had his back. And he gave everything he had, blood, sweat, and tears. Everything he had. And he paid it off with a championship. He was 32 years old when that happened. 13 years in the NBA. Almost left unless Mark Cuban sat with him for hours and convinced him to stay. Sign a new deal. And in the first year of that deal, they won a title. We could have done the same thing with Luka Dončić. 19 years old, from Slovenia, another immigrant, trying to embrace the city, calling North Texas home. This whole city had his back. And now you, Nico Harrison, take a knife and slice through all of us just to stab him right in the back. How dare you? What makes you think you know what it means to be a Texan? We know what it means to be a Texan. Those of us born and raised here, those of us who embrace this city, even if we're transplants, people know what it means to be a Texan as soon as they come here. They get that Southern hospitality. Yeah, we have our faults. We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But we have a culture down here. We have a community down here. We know what it's like to be a Mavs fan for life. And I'm speaking for the fans here. I'm not speaking as a former Mavs broadcaster. Luka Dončić did not deserve this. Point blank. Period. He didn't deserve any of this. He didn't deserve this treatment. He didn't deserve getting dealt in the middle of the night. He didn't deserve getting dealt for 2 players and 1 first-round pick. I mean, Rudy Gobert basically got 4 or 5 first-round picks. Mikal Bridges got 5 first-round picks. What the hell? You could have gotten more for Luka. If you really wanted to trade him, you could have beefed up his value with a $345 million Supermax contract. Oh, don't even get me started on that. The fact that you cost this man $119 million, I've never heard of a GM who deals a superstar player, a Supermax player, in a way that costs him over $100 million over 5 years. Disrespectful is an understatement. This is an abomination. What a joke. I don't understand how you think you can walk the streets of Dallas with your head held high thinking you did something right. It's not fair to Anthony Davis either, because he's got a set of talents that could really help this team. You know, he wanted to be here, waive the trade amount so that he could keep the Mavs under the luxury tax. He's doing his best in an untenable situation. But the whole team looks like they're pissed off. The whole organization is probably pissed off. And damn it, I'm pissed off. The whole city of Dallas is pissed off. You let go of a generational talent. You let go of a once-in-a-generation talent. That is very difficult to find. So difficult. And the fact that we were able to pass it down from Dirk to Luka in poetic fashion, the fact that we were able to witness the greatness of Dirk and then immediately the greatness of Luka. I mean, there's nothing like it in Dallas when you can embrace a player like that and then get to do it all over again for an entire career. But now that's got cut short. We only got 7 years of Luka Dončić because of you, Nico Harrison. Now, after all this, the Mavs deserve everything they get, whether you like it or not. And I speak for all the MFFLs out there. Say it with me. Nico Harrison, get the hell out of our city.